And here we go. We are live on the Metal Voice. And yes, two of my favorite guests here. Always a pleasure. Chris and Cathy Holmes. But I think, Cathy, this is the first time you're actually on the show.
Yeah,
because usually you're in the background. Usually you're in the background.
And don't say it too much because I do it just for make you happy.
Thank
you.
You
know how much I hate that.
Today's show is, I just want to start off, there's a lot of, talk about the tour. I just want to say that according to you guys, the tour is still going on in Canada. But for all updates on tour information, please visit the Chris Holmes Facebook page, and there you'll get the latest, greatest updates on what's going on. So we're here to talk about something super important that comes before music and having fun. It's health, because without the health, there's nothing, in life. And Chris, maybe you want to just go a little more that way so we could see you. That's perfect. And Chris, to me, it's important. Sometimes when you tell your story about cancer, it touches other people and it gives them hope when they have cancer, And thanks for sharing. Because people look up to you, Chris and Cathy. And when they see you can do it, they can do it too. So I think these types of stories are important.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chris,
maybe.
tell me about when you first got diagnosed with cancer.
Well,
Where was it?
The 5 February.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was way before that. It is first of all, my throat was scratchy, real bad. I thought it was my tonsils. Mm-hmm. And somebody, a relative of mine's a doctor. I asked him, hey, do people my age get your tonsils out? Because I still got my tonsils. He goes, nah, at your age, it doesn't happen. I go, well, my throat's bad. He goes, it could be a yeast infection. So it wouldn't go away. She set me up to see this doctor, and we went and saw him. It was 3 days before Christmas. 3 days. I remember that. And he sticks the guy. I told him it could be a yeast infection, whatever. He spoke a little bit of English, mostly French. Sticks the camera in my nose. I've never had this happen before. This camera, it's got a tube, whatever, with the lens. He sticks it in my nose. It's like twice as worse than the COVID test. And he sticks it, goes down my throat, and he pulls it out. And I go, so is it a yeast infection? He goes, no. And he started talking French to her. And that's when I realized, I go, there's only one other thing it could be is cancer. What else could it be? So then we go downstairs. He sets me up to go see at the hospital to get an MRI. But he didn't. He was setting up for February, which is nuts. And this is we're in December, and we're sitting outside. And Sarah's going. I go, this. She goes, the doctor said it was cancer to her, And at that point, I'm like, he'd only said it. I'm like, well, I just wondered. I didn't know. I really at that point, I just, I know it's treatable. I've heard it's treatable when it's in your throat. I've heard that, because if you would have said pancreatic cancer or something like that, I've heard a lot of the throat cancer is treatable, so it didn't bother me. And then she set me up to see another doctor, and he did the same thing, tube down my throat. He said, "Yep, it's tumor in your neck." I go, "How is it treatable?" He goes, "Yeah, it's 100% treatable." The kind,
Okay.
So that did that. Here I'm not going to die. So we went to he set us up to the hospital in Nice, and they went and same thing, tube, blah, 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 in the down throat. And they go, we're going to do a biopsy. And did the biopsy. I was in the operating room, and nobody spoke my language. The only guy that saved me in there was the doctor that puts you under. I don't know if it's
anesthesiologist,
Yeah. And I saw him a few days before, and he was really cool. He had a sense of humor. He spoke a little bit of English, and he helped me in there. And then I'm in the operating room. I've been in one a long time, and he's holding the mask on me, and he's talking to me. Next thing I wake up spitting blood. They already did it. They just so they take the biopsy. We came back a week later, and they said the cancer was not it won't metastasize. I just learned that word then. Metastasize. Never even heard what it is. This means
that grow. Is that like grow? Is that it?
6 centimeters.
Yeah.
the
Okay.
tumor.
Yeah, that means it won't spread. And then he said it won't spread. And when do you want to start the treatment? I said yesterday, as fast as you can. I don't want this thing, it's the longer cancer's in you, it'll spread. So they started the treatment, I think, a week and a half after that, which started January, February, March, like March 13th. No, March 3rd or 4th started that. And what the treatment was 7 weeks, Monday through Friday, of getting on a table and having to do a 360 degrees with a machine that shoots radiation into your neck. And then I'm supposed to do chemo the first day, and then they let you go home, but you got to come back once a day to get put into the machine. Okay, then I do the chemo in between and then at the end. So it was 3 sets of chemo. The first chemo really didn't bother me. It wasn't that bad. I wasn't that sick. Really, it didn't. And then somebody told me the second one would, which it did. So anyway, and then I started the radiation treatment, get on the, well, first of all, they have to mold a mask to your face and your chest so you don't move. So every time you get on the table, that the machine knows exactly where the tumor is, because it does a 360 degrees around your neck. And I did that. I had to do that every day. Go in there, you wait, and you call your name, and you go get on the table, and it's kind of trippy hearing the machine. You can hear it go around. It's like a little machine gun shooting you. And I went in to do the second chemo, and the guy looked in my mouth, the doctor, and went, "Oh man, you got too many sores. We can't do chemo." I was like, "Well, we're going to need the medicine." He goes, "No, you need to do." So they needed to clean my mouth out.
So the radiation is creating sores in your mouth. Is that it?
Yeah. And you can't have any cavities in your mouth at all, any cavity. And so I had 3 cavities, and I had a cavity in a tooth that's impacted my jaw, and any kind of infection. So they had to pull a tooth that was infected and take my bridge out to the dentist. And so trashes your teeth. They had to pull my bridge out, and it's really weird. When they started the radiation, my mouth started salivating really bad constantly. I got to spit in a cup still today. So anyway, about halfway through the second chemo, that was pushed back a week because I had sores in my mouth. And how they cleared the sores out is with a certain kind of light. It's like an ultraviolet light they stick in your mouth, and I don't speak the doctor's language, but I just know what he was doing. He'd hold it in my mouth. Anyway, so I did the next chemo a week later, and I thought it was going to boost the last chemo off, but it was luckily I didn't have to do the last one. And the next one chemo, it made me sick so bad where I couldn't eat. I'd get the radiation, I'd come back, I'd be so sick. They put me on morphine again during the second chemo. I was on it during the first one, but I stopped for some reason. I just said, when you take them at home, I told Sarah, I go, this one time, I felt so bad, my stomach. I go, I know it's the morphine. I go, I don't want the morphine anymore. So I stopped. Mm-hmm. And first time I only took it for about a week. It didn't bother me. But then the second time they put me on morphine, and it eased the pain that was in my neck. I couldn't swallow after about 3 weeks of the treatment.
Pause right there. Okay. So that's what you're going through. What are you going through, Cathy? So now, what are you going through at the same time what he's going through?
She's trying to get me to eat, and I can't eat. I wouldn't eat.
It was very hard. First, when we go at La Cassagne, who is a big cancer hospital in Nice, and you go to see a professor the 5th February, and he confirms the cancer, and they give you a little book. I'm going to show you after. Where you're going to put all the information, the date of the radiation, everything. You know that you are in trouble. It's tough. And after I have to deal for the health insurance because he didn't have one here. And I have to deal to keep him shine up, to tell him that, you can give up when you are the wife of the husband. It's impossible, because if you give up, the person, your companion, give up too and deal with everything, because he was tired and he didn't want to eat and he didn't understand that. At the beginning, for be honest, he was happy to lose the weight because he wanted to lose the weight, but he lost 20 kilos. But he don't understand that losing weight, you lost your muscular mass, what you will need when you're recovering. Then he had a long, very bad, at the beginning of the recovery, very bad, because he's taken more time because he lost his muscular mass. You know, it's difficult. I was always with him because I have to translate and don't listen what he said. I translated, so everything was important.
Don't listen.
Yeah.
I guess when you're on Chris's side, you want to know everything, right? Where you're sort of summarizing, and that's kind of where he's probably, you know.
But the problem is you can't
No,
realize everything. I have to tell you something funny, just because we need, we really need something funny. One day, every day we go at the radiation, and I'm waiting in where you take off your clothes, because you don't speak English, French. I have to be there all the time, and no matter what, I will not let him alone. And there is one of the manipulators who was there. They put him in a room, install him, and the other one was there. And he looked at me, he said, "Is Christopher Holmes?" And, my head was, seriously, I didn't think about that, and I said, "Yes, he's Christopher Holmes." And he looked at me, he said, "Chris Holmes?" And I said, "Yes. We call him also Chris Holmes." "You mean Chris Holmes of W.A.S.P?" And I was, yes. And I thought really going to fall, because he didn't realize that the person he put every day for the radiation was Chris Holmes. It was so funny. It was really, but we saw a
Come
lot
on
of
in,
things.
Chris Holmes. Come on in.
It's very sad, because I said always to Chris, we have each other, but we saw people who come alone, and it's so hard, because, whatever cancer he is, when you are treated or when you accompany someone who has it, you know that there is a danger. You know what I mean?
And when I went, going to see a doctor, you're sitting in a waiting room with people, and a lot of everybody in there's usually got cancer. Most people, that's what it is. It's a specialist for cancer. And a lot of those people aren't going to make it, because what kind of cancer they have. I mean, and some cancer that you get, it'll kill you. They do have a new cure for it, though. It was a mistake. It's a mistake that doesn't treat, that you don't have to get radiation or chemotherapy. There's a new treatment it'll take about 4 years to come out.
Chris, is it like a shock? Oh shit, I hear about everybody else getting cancer. Now I have cancer. It's
Is it a shock? Is it a shock? I always never thought I'd get it. I says there could be a chance, but I never thought I'd get it. I mean, I smoked all my life and drank heavy.
And your mother had the cancer, and your brother too.
My mother did. My brother had moles on his back, and he had them cut out. And skin cancer.
And your
mom's got melanoma on her skin.
And dad.
Yeah, it's everybody. 1 out of 3 get it.
Chris, where was it? Was that on the neck, or was that inside the neck? Like where was it?
Right by my tonsils. Right by my tonsils.
Right your tonsils.
Behind the tongue.
Yeah, and why it didn't really flip me out is because the singer of Where Angels Suffer, very, very good friend of mine, Rich Lewis, a close friend of mine. I love the guy. As I was in that band before, he got throat cancer almost a year before me. And I talked to him why he went through the treatment, and still, why he was all the way through the treatment. And when he was done, I talked to him and stuff, and then when I was diagnosed, I called him up. Well, Rich, I got good news and bad news. He's like, "What, brother?" I go, "You're not the only one to get throat cancer. I got exactly what you got." He goes, "Oh, brother." But since I knew exactly what the treatment went through, he went through it, so it's before they started the radiation, all that stuff. I knew exactly what went on, so it didn't really, it's kind of scared me, but I knew that was treatable,
All right, I'm just going to give you some good wishes here. So Alain Bouchard says, bonjour, Cathy and Chris, sending you good vibes. Fifi saying, Cathy's a strong woman, wishing you all the best. That's 12 pack and keep rocking you both. That's trans. Cecile is saying, wishing you both nothing but the best. And Alexander, I think, is saying, Chris, all the best for you from Venezuela. And Guitar Storm is saying, we love you guys so much. Yeah,
Venezuela. We love them all. We had a lot of support for all the mouths. I couldn't answer to everything because I was, and I'm sorry for that. I apologize. I was, even with the close people to us, besides Steven Jackson, our drummer, and Kev, I talked to nobody. I was in a bubble shell, and just taking care of Chris, and I really doesn't want to talk to nobody. But besides that, we had a lot of support because people understand that and were there with a little word, with a little attention. And for that, they don't know how much everything they did, they post and they say was important for us. Seriously, it's helped us so much.
Yeah, that's nice. I know a lot of people, a lot of love, and it really helps when you're going through something serious. Chris, did they give you pills for chemo, or did they give you like through the intravenous, IV?
They put a P Klein in me. The first time you mean with the radiation when they gave me the chemo?
Yeah, when they give you the chemo, so you could take chemo by pills, and you could take chemo like with
the first time they gave me chemo, the nurse took, I think she took 5 times jabbing my arm, and I just wanted to go, what kind of shitty nurse are you? But she's, but she took 5 times to get the needle in my arm, right, to get an IV, to get the IV started, right, and to drain the chemo. And then the next time I'm gonna get ready to do the chemo a week earlier. The doctor goes, guess what? You got to get a Klein put in. We were like, why? And he goes, because the nurse can't find a vein. You got tattoos. I go, what? And every time I gave blood, this one doctor, he goes, that ain't crap. You just take the light and just go like that and you see where everybody's veins are. This nurse, she was just lazy. So I had to get a P-Klein. You know what that is?
It's like a catheter of some sort, right? It's like a constant. Yeah.
Normally it's here.
I hated it. They put it in your arm. They put it in your arm right here, and it goes all the way around here into your heart.
I had one right here. I had one right here for like a week, and it was like the worst. It was
man.
It's like, yeah, I know, I get it.
I hated it because when I go like this, I was putting on some deodorant, I could feel it in my arm. I hated it. So they put a P Klein in me, so they could. So for the next chemo or whatever,
administer it. Yeah. So okay, you get on morphine, okay, and now you're getting withdrawal from morphine.
Well, no,
go ahead. Unless I missed something, go ahead.
I got on the morphine because I couldn't drink. It hurt my throat too much, and then it got worse where I couldn't even drink water. Where I couldn't even drink water down. It was so painful to put water down my throat. I mean, there was one time she was trying to get me to drink something, and I go, listen. She goes, if it gets worse, they're gonna put a tube in your nose. And I was like flipped out about that. I've seen somebody with a tube in their nose go around their ear. I was going, how can you handle that? And so it got worse, and I had to. My weight got down so far where the doctor says, we're gonna put a tube in your nose. And I went, well, I might as well get it put in my nose. I go, the worst thing is I could just take it right out. Walk out of the hospital. If I didn't like it, take it out. But I hate to tell you, they put it in my nose when I did it, the feeding tube.
Yeah. And
I didn't even feel it. It just felt like a COVID test getting put in. They put it in your nose and it goes down into your stomach, and then they x-ray you just to make sure it's in your stomach instead of in your lungs. And then they pull this wire out that makes the tube stiff. They pull a wire out, and then the tube bends through your whole body. And I hate to tell you, I didn't even feel it. It just hooked in my nose. Didn't bother me.
Yeah. You see people with that and you go, wow, that must be painful, right? Yeah.
This first time I said, I'd never do that. I said, I couldn't handle it. But then
you're starving so you say, shove it up my nose. You're starving to death, right? You start to get hungry.
Right. Right. So I was on a feeding tube for about a month.
Mm.
Yeah. And the way I got off that is we put a lot of water in my stomach this one night and went for a walk and I threw up and the tube came out my mouth. It came out my mouth. So, and I remember the doctor saying, if that happens, Chris, just take off the tape and pull it out. So I took off the tape and pulled it out. And that was a few weeks ago. And 2 days before that, I just tried to take a drink to see if I could, to see if my throat hurt, if it was healing. And I could take a drink and I was so happy. I went, whoa, cool. I can drink something without it hurting, you know, because it would hurt for a few months like that. So when the tube came out, I just said, you know, hey, I'll just drink the drinks. I have to drink these drinks Ensure. They got 700 calories. I have to drink 4 a day. So I said, I don't want to be on that. They taste
good. They taste good, the Ensures. They're like shakes. No?
But when
every day for time by day.
Yeah.
Listen, no. When you have radiation go through your jawbone and ruin your taste buds, they don't taste good. Yeah. Nothing tastes good to me now.
You lost the taste.
At all.
Wow.
Tastes
Have you gotten it back?
No, not yet.
Oh, wow.
So anyway,
it takes you months.
So when I could figure out I could drink, I went 2 days after that. I said, Sarah, why am I on the morphine? If I can drink, let's get off it. So she stopped giving me the pills, and within about 2 days, it hit me. Boom, man. I can't sleep. I'm up. I get up and try to watch TV. You know, I go to sleep at 12, wake up at 1, right awake. Why is this awake? Like I'm on cocaine or speed, man. I can't sleep. I flip-flop in bed. So I'd get and watch TV till about 6 in the morning. Maybe I'd lay down, let me go sleep for about a half an hour, wake up, same thing. It's weird. I've never had these withdrawals. But once I was thinking, God, maybe I should take a morphine to go to sleep. But I don't want to start the cycle again. I'd rather go through the withdrawals of the morphine withdrawals. That's what I'm going to
Are you getting like shakes? Are you getting fever from the morphine withdrawals? None of that. Like we see on TV, you know, people are shaking and, you know.
It's just, for me, it's just sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep. And the thing is, when you're not comfortable in bed, when you're not comfortable, you won't sleep. So I lay down and I can't get comfortable. I keep moving. I cannot get comfortable laying down. You know, I'd flip flop like a pancake.
Kathy, Kathy. So I mean, you got to administer all this, right? All this feeding, you know, liquid, right? Or you know, I mean, that must be sort of challenging too, right? Just to.
I used to have an IV stand.
Now I'm very good. If someone has a feeding tube, I can come and I know how to put the machine, change, stop, make the water that I can.
The feeding tube goes through a pump.
Yeah.
Got a little pump. You know.
But I mean, it's like having a nurse, right? It's like you're taking the role of a nurse. That's what I'm saying.
A nurse would come every morning, right?
Oh, you want I come every morning?
Sometimes I don't understand the sense of humor. You know, I don't. It's just like Benny Hill. Like it's a lot of things of his I don't look at that are funny.
Yeah, but he laughs. He laughs. You know.
Yes.
I'm Canadian. That's why.
Does he speak French?
Yeah, he speaks French.
Does he speak French? That's probably why.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not me.
Baby, I still love you.
I've been here 8 years. I don't know an inch of French. I don't even speak English properly.
Chris, what happened with the radiation? You were talking in your video, like you lost all the hair here and the back
it's still there. Yeah. What it is, if you took a pen and stuck it in my ear, went around here to the other ear, exactly, and went around the back of my head, everything below that's gone. Goodbye.
No, it's not gone because it's going to come back.
Well, the radiation killed everything there. If you look at my face really closely right here, I got a mustache, but it won't. It won't grow. It's as far as it is. My sideburns have grown, but it's bald here, and then all the way around my neck. It's where the machine was shooting the radiation into my face.
Is this new look? I like it. The things like
well, you don't have to shave anymore, right? I mean, for a while. Is it going to grow back?
Well, I can't. Rich said it would. The guy that just went through this 8 months ago. But you know, everybody. Oh, you look 10 years younger without a beard. Hey, well, you know what? Maybe I don't. Well, so what? Why does everybody want to look younger? I don't give a crap if I look 90 or 80, 50. I like having a beard. It makes me feel manly.
All right. Okay.
It's just the way it is. I've had to shave all my life and lost my little pretty face. Look at that. I just
Did
want my
black
beard
make you shave, or is that why you're bad?
every day.
No,
I would
you
have
know
had
what? I
hey,
even not
listen,
mad. I just look at it,
listen,
you
I
know.
would have had a beard. I would have had a beard and lost, guaranteed. I would have.
All
I would have. I would have. And I should have said, hey, F you, I'm going to do this. If you don't like it, get rid of me. You know, but I wasn't. I was too pussy to do
Then
that.
now you take your revenge and you go
No,
into
no,
a
I
big
just like having a beard. It makes me feel like a
okay, baby,
manly.
if you like it, you will have it.
And I hate shaving every day. What a pain in the ass.
Baby,
You know?
it's okay. Your beard will come back.
I know. You can, if you want to stop shaving every day, just go and get radiation on your face. Take care of it. You know? I don't know when my face is going to grow back. Probably in a year.
No, in few months. And the test is take generally 6-7 months after the treatment for your test of the food come back.
I do have a little ponytail.
There you go. Look at it. You got a ponytail out of it.
It's like my avatar tail, you know. But yeah.
So when are the results now? Okay, so you've done all this therapy. When are the results coming back?
And
to show that if you're in the clear, you know?
Yeah. Then,
Well,
okay, baby.
I'm supposed to go back. I see the main guy next week, the main doctor that I saw. I haven't seen him. He just sent some interns. I don't know if they're interns. Younger people take care of me. But the main guy I see next week, I don't know if they're going to stick the camera down my nose. I think they probably will give me some whatever. And then I do an MRI July 19th. 18th. I'd probably, they shoot you, dye in you, and put you in, and that's when they'll probably figure out if they did a full body scan on me before they started the treatment.
Wow.
Right after they did the biopsy a week later, I had to go back in, and then they shot me up in my blood with something. I had to sit there for an hour, and they put me on a table with a donut that you shoot you in. And then they started off at my knees, and it took about an hour, and then it went slowly. They did my whole body to see if I had cancer anywhere else. Because they don't want to work on one. If the cancer, let's say I had cancer in my with the same kind of what Frankie had, if I had pancreatic cancer, and they just worked on my nose. If I had it down there and nobody knew, it'd be really stupid to go through all the treatment with my neck, wouldn't it? Yeah. So that's what they do. They make sure that you have nowhere else.
And he had a blood test every 10 days.
Yeah, and
they are good. They are better
that.
and better and better.
Yeah, it sounds like you're on the right track. Everybody who's out there, tell us what country or city you're watching from. Let's see how many fans you have around the world.
A lot.
Yeah.
We realized that, when he was diagnosed with cancer. First, I have to say, we have a chance in this industry to have extraordinary people like you. And when this happened, Larry Morant for the Monster Rock Cruise is really exceptional man, Then when we saw all that, when this arrived to you, you don't expect that. And in fact, I told him one day, I said, look, all the love you have around you.
Yeah.
It was great. And we have also wonderful people around us, Stephen helped us so much. He came here, he keep us on our shoulder and on his shoulder. You see that? My English is so good and so perfect.
It's good. Well, look at this. Okay, so you have Paulo from Michigan, you have the Mac from Sweden, you have Tone from Norway, you have Ohio, USA, you have Pennsylvania.
Hi, Tone.
So you have everybody from around the world, and they're still typing away in Iceland. You have friends in Iceland. So
I don't know what's the name.
It's Guitar Storms. Is that Iceland, or is that her friends from Iceland? So
I don't know.
Well, maybe you should play Iceland one day.
Yeah, it would be great.
Icelandic tour.
Hey, have you been to the whiskey? You've been to the Whiskey a Go-Go?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
In LA?
It's yeah, in LA. I've been
There's
to
only
the
one
Rainbow.
You know,
The
in
Rainbow,
France,
which I'm sure you've been to many, many times, right? The Rainbow Bar and Grill.
I'm born in Los
in
Angeles.
France,
Hey,
they had 3 whiskey al go-go.
I'm born in Los Angeles.
It's a nice shirt, actually. If you look at the back, you see that? Can you see that?
Wow.
Yeah. I bought it from
Next
from
time,
there.
next interview, I'm going to send to you. You must to have a T-shirt.
Yes.
But
yes.
but as to finish what we were talking about, my health.
Sure.
Yes. You know, so I finished everything, get home, and now it was a pleasure not having to get up and go to the hospital every day. Finally, finally the radiation's done, man. The crap's done. It's just all I had to do was just the chemo is still in my body, you know, and I could feel it when I sweat it. It sweats out. You can just feel it. You're not smell the same when you sweat. No, that's gone, and my energy level versus from 100 to 0 is about probably 35, 40 right now. And that's probably because the morphine come down. But once this wears off in about 10 days, my energy will probably be 50%. And I got nothing but up to do, you know.
Yeah. Ready to tour.
Yeah.
Ready to take the guitar and tour.
Yeah.
Are you playing guitar at home?
Right now, no.
No.
You don't have the energy? No.
It's with the withdrawal symptoms, you don't feel like doing anything, you know.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I did watch a series called Lonesome Dove the other day. The whole series in one day. Started from the beginning.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was very good.
Okay.
It had Robert Duvall and Rick, what's his name, Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, and Robert Urich was great. Called Lonesome Dove. So cool. If you can get on YouTube at it. That's how I saw it.
Stefan says, "We love you, Chris. Cheers from Montreal." Chris, did you ever see, and Cathy, did you ever see the series The Offer? It's the making of the. It's really, really good. It's a mini series, but it's the making of The Godfather. How they put it all together. But it's
great.
It's a story though. It's how the mob sort of helped them make The Godfather, but it's really good. It's really good.
Where is it on Netflix?
With Francis Ford Coppola.
Yes, and Francis Ford Coppola is in it. Not him; it's an actor's played by him, and how they wrote the script and how they developed how they had problems, how they got threats.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Haven't you seen it on YouTube where his sister played in the movie? What's her name? That's his sister.
Who was it? Oh, I don't know the girl's name, but
she played in The Godfather. That's his sister.
Oh, his daughter. His daughter directed the third Godfather. Is that what you mean?
No. Francis Ford Coppola's sister she was in Rocky. She's that same girl, the same lady.
No. You're talking about The Godfather, the original, like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. The Adrian, that girl there. That's
but they did a thing with the cast of the movie. 40 years later, a whole thing on talking about it. Yeah, and they explained everything.
This is a movie about the movie. That's what I'm getting at. It's like a biopic.
But where we can find it on Netflix?
I don't think it's on Netflix. Either it's on Amazon Prime or
we have Amazon Prime.
Either Apple, Hulu, or one of those.
Apple TV. Okay.
It's called The Offer. The Offer.
I'm going
for
to
anybody.
check.
It's really good. If you like The Godfather, it's a really good series. I saw Pistol, the Sex Pistols. That was really good. If you like,
I don't like
stuff.
Sex Pistols. Well, you can do.
God Save the Queen.
Yeah.
You have to check the Mean Men documentary. I'm kidding.
What's it called?
It's a great documentary.
The Mean Man. Yes. So
I know you saw it.
Oh yeah. So the documentary, you could pick it up still, right? You could watch it on Amazon, I think, right? Or is it Prime? I don't remember where.
So that is you have to see with Cleopatra. You can find on Bandcamp. You can find probably on Amazon. I think is also in Netflix.
So the Mean Man documentary, Chris Holmes, it's the life of Cathy and Chris as they move to France and live in France and try to tour in France. and the history, right? The background.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, it's a history. It's a history. You know why we think about this documentary? Because I realized 10 years ago, then we met, Chris and I, it's 10 years. The 23rd August, it will be 10 years we are married. But we realized that we met very late, okay? And a lot of people who are alone in this age, we gave them hope. And after Chris, we start a new career with a new band, you know, and he was not 20 years already. You remember, you're okay with that? Huh? And people said, oh, okay, if he can do it, I can do it too. Then he's giving a hope to people that never give up, you know, no matter what happened in your life, you know, believe in yourself and do it. And is that
you know what I forgot? Where'd you guys meet? I can't remember.
Oh, you want to tell you?
No, you don't have to say it if you don't want to.
Okay, we met him at a pre-show at the NAM where he was supposed to play. And in fact, we don't know why. We stick all the night. We talk. I tell him my life. He tell him, and we never leave each other.
We drove to Phil's house.
Yeah. In fact, in 10 years, we were separate just 2 days. No,
wow.
2 days and 1 night, because the first chemo, they let me stay with him all the day at the hospital. But the doctor of the level where he was didn't want us sleep there. Why? We don't know. And the first time Chris said to him, oh yeah, but I'm sorry, you know, I'm not going to stay here if my wife is not with me, because we'll never be separated. Then it's 2 days and 1 night.
Okay.
In 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. It's
no,
nice.
Everyone is different.
Yeah. No, it's sweet. What about okay, so then you have the new album, right? You could pick that up, right? Pick it up on Bandcamp too. I don't remember. You tell me where you can get it.
Do you have it, or do I have to send to you?
Well, you don't have to send to me, but you tell everybody where they can buy it. Whether you tell everybody where they can buy it.
Yeah.
Where can they buy it?
Yeah, just since January
Where can they buy it?
On Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, right? So they can get the
Bandcamp.
DVD on Bandcamp. They can get the new album on Bandcamp, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And the T-shirt and everything.
And the T-shirt and the merch on Bandcamp. And also, if you want to help them out with the GoFundMe page, that's still up there. If you need any more sort of medical expenses to pay off, right? That's still up.
Oh, they help us a lot, you know, because the problem was that he had Medicare of the emergency for the treatment at the hospital. Otherwise, we will have to give 120,000 euro. You know, I mean, even if I sell my body, it will not enough money. Okay, just for you know, and everything out, like a taxi for go because he couldn't drive, like all the medication. Well, one shot is 800 euro. You know, we had to pay ourselves, and I couldn't drive. Then I'm sorry if sometime I was a little late on the shipping, because I can go all the time as a post, but they know, the fan know that. Then this GoFundMe really help us, because otherwise we couldn't work. I couldn't do nothing, because Chris was the most important thing at the moment. This GoFundMe really help us. I don't know how we do it. We have also Pascal Bay, who is our former bassist, and a friend who help us because he worked at the Medicare, who help us to take care of all that, you know. But it was really, you know, when you have you follow a treatment of a cancer, it can be the one of the person in a couple is the same thing. But normally it's like that a couple work. You have already a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Then more stress with everything happen around, and the Medicare, and run this and run that, is exhausting. Is really exhausting.
Absolutely.
Really.
So I put the GoFundMe link in the description of this video. If anybody wants to help you guys out, that's great. That's me who did it. You guys didn't ask me to do that. I did that, just so everybody's clear. I put it there to support you guys, support Chris, support Cathy. I put it there. Okay. So if you guys want to support them, please do. We'll end off with something fun. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to ask everybody what their favorite song that Chris Holmes plays on. And Chris, you're going to tell us what your favorite song that you play on. Give me three songs that you really love to play on. But at the same time, I'll read what everybody else's favorite songs are.
Oh, you want Chris give you the three favorites?
And I'm going to ask everybody who's watching too. And you too, go ahead. You too, yes.
Do they have to be W.A.S.P songs?
They don't have to be W.A.S.P song. No, absolutely not.
Any song.
Oh. Any song that you played on, though. That's the catch.
Okay.
That I played on?
Yes.
That I
played on. Doesn't mean you wrote it, but you could have played on. You could have done solo. You could have done a riff.
Could it be on YouTube and I still played on it?
Sure, if you like it.
Yeah. You want me to say the three songs?
Tell me one for now. Give me one.
Mine's "Rockin' in the Free World" by Neil Young.
And you played that on tour, right? That's where you.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's a great
my
song.
Favorite. That's my favorite song.
It's very inspiring, don't you find? It's very just touching.
It's just the way it's done.
Born to be Wild.
But Chris plays "Born to be Wild"
on the stage, yes.
On stage, okay. All right, give me another one, Chris.
"War Pigs." I
play that on stage.
Yeah, it's a cool song. Great tune to play on guitar. So,
okay.
Because of the style of guitar that I play, it comes from that.
Okay.
Born, Work, Die.
I was gonna say Wild.
Off the album. Born, F, Die. Yeah. Okay. That's off his solo album. That's off his solo album.
The second album.
I was gonna say
there's a video. Okay, so then I'll read out some people who are saying. Tom says, "Blind in Texas," "Wild Child," which you wrote the riff to that one, right, Chris?
Yeah. I was, when I first started my band, Mean Man, I was trying to get away from the W.A.S.P thing, but from the years thinking like that, I can't but I wanted to get away from that as far as I can.
No, for the fun we can.
But I can't, because I am the main musical creator of, well, whatever. It's the way I play is the way those songs were written.
Devil Made Me Do It from Stefan. Devil Made Me Do It. That's off the first one or second one?
I love that too. Yeah.
That song's written about me. It's about me being in my teens when I was a teenager. If you listen to the lyrics, it's exactly what I was like.
The dog ate my homework kind of thing, right? The dog ate my homework.
And you, Jimmy, what's your give us?
You know what? I would say Wild Child would be, I would always kind of lean towards the first two W.A.S.P albums because the guitar tone,
Have you ever listened to the lyrics, what they say in Wild Child, really close and study them? It'll kind of make you sick in a way. So it's like Love Machine. It's all about one person and his penis. Okay. The lyrics go, I ride the wind that brings the rain, a creature of love, and I can't be tamed. Think about that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I always wonder why billions of girls would kill themselves for a certain guy on the road, until I realized every song, Love Machine, Lady, You Know Me, the perfect love machine.
It's a great song. It's a great, either way, it's a great song.
The melody's great. The melodies.
The guitar solo, the guitar riff, the whole.
You get tired. But you get tired of some guy singing about his penis all the time. I fuck like a beaver.
Well, until you told me, I didn't know that.
Until you don't.
That's all it is. But that's what it is. I was playing a show once, Angels Suffer, and the lyrics for all the W.A.S.P lyrics were written out. And I read the lyrics when I was playing in front of people, but I just said, I was kind of tripping out. And I never even knew what the lyrics said. I never even knew what any of the W.A.S.P lyrics said. None of them until then. I read them. I went, whoa. Fuck.
Here's K.O. says Mean Man, the song Mean Man, which is off of
I don't play that song because it's Blackie's it's his interpretation of what I am. Okay. And I ain't gonna play that. So I'm not gonna play that song. It's his interpretation of what I am is a joke. My mom's not, he told everybody that my mom's a Hell's Angel. Come on, man.
Okay, baby, it's not about W.A.S.P, it's about you. It's not about Blackie, it's about you.
But that's why I don't like that song.
And the third song, Jimmy.
The third.
For me, how about you? Yeah, go.
Oh, no. Okay, the third song, baby, during the time I sing.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
I've already said all three of mine, but I like Mississippi Queen.
Yeah, it's great. It's
but you don't play it.
But the lyrics of Mississippi.
You played it. It was a bonus track off of Blind in Texas.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
It was on W.A.S.P. It was on a W.A.S.P. But the lyrics are a trip to that song.
A song we play, and we don't play, unfortunately, anymore, is Down, Down, Down.
Down in the Hole.
No.
I'm Going Down.
No.
By Jeff Beck.
Yeah, by Jeff Beck. I'm Going Down.
Everybody plays that.
I love this song.
Look, going to what you said before, to me, like Ball Crusher, that's like a brutal track, just everything about it. Like, look, I'm a W.A.S.P fan too. What can I tell you? So I like that song.
Okay, the third song for you.
What do you like?
I'm gonna say, like, the first album, I Want to Be Somebody. That was probably the first song that I've ever heard, and it's anthemic, and the guitar is great. The singing's great, and it's kind of like a rockin' in the free world. It's an anthem,
But what that is, what made W.A.S.P was the energy that was coming off the music.
Exactly.
Okay, on every song, it's the energy that comes off the music.
I do like Born Work Die. I think that's one of your greatest solo tracks.
I love this song. Yeah. Because it's true.
It's honest. It's honest. Yeah. I do like that.
And I love Sleeping in the Fire.
Yes, it's a great song.
I love this song.
Everybody says that's like Kill F Die, Born Work Die. But that song was written in '91, long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, there's the typical ones like Blind in Texas. Who does the middle part there? When everybody's drinking a beer there, that little.
Hey, dude, let's
part.
Party.
Yeah,
the part where it's like, hey, dude, that's my voice.
Okay. Right.
It's the only time you'll ever heard my voice on W.A.S.P. Only when we were recording that, they tried everybody to do that in the studio. Everybody, Riley, Piper, everybody went in there. Nobody could, and I was the last one that they tried. They even got a guy from next door at the Astro Burger to come in and do it. Try it. Hey, dude, let's party. He's a Hispanic guy. It wouldn't work. Then that was the last choice they did. It was go, Chris, go in and try it. I went. You want my voice on this? Okay. So I went and did it, and it was the first take. They loved it.
Yeah. What about your favorite song off the Headless Children? Are there any favorite ones you have there?
Yeah, I like The Heretic. Because I wrote the whole thing in that. I wrote almost every bit of the music in that. Headless Children I like this because it's the way the music. I like the beginning of the thing with all the guitar whammy sounds down. I don't know. It's like the beginning of it, So just like the way it's written until the end. It's on 10.
Yeah,
It's on 10 from the beginning to the end. There is no 9 on that stuff,
Here's my last question. It's a fun one. F Like a Beast, when it was released, and it was very controversial, right? I mean, F Like a Beast, right? From the picture disc to the single to being banned everywhere. I mean, I'm assuming you still play that song live, right?
I love playing it. I like it. If you play it right. It's on 10, rocks real hard.
It's rocking hard, man. What do you remember from back then? It was never put on the album. Like, it was never put on the first album.
The Music for Nations is a company that put it out. It was in England. They put it out, and then it hit as I forget what they call it, import. in America. Music for Nations. Capitol wanted nothing to do it because it said it had an F in it. I fuck like a B.
It's strange because today it wouldn't even be no one would even care today if it was released like that.
No.
Yeah, times have changed, right?
They put a big stink about it, about that's why we actually we're trying to put on the first album, but they said no. There's a big controversy. If they, we were the guys that said it could go on the album, but they said that's not going to go on the album,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it worked out regardless. I mean, it sort of, I think those were the first two songs I ever heard. I Want to Be Somebody and F Like a Beast when they first came out. And I was like, wow, it was all about the energy. It was all about the energy.
It's the energy. The energy comes from the guitars. It comes from the way the guitars are recorded, the way they're played, the way that the music is.
Yeah,
it's just I've learned that over the years. If you'd have asked me that 20, 30 years ago, I would have told you something different. But I've figured that out over the years.
Hey, were you at the PRMC hearings when they put a label on? I remember when the second album came out, there was a sticker on it. I think it was the second album. There was a sticker on it saying, "Ooh, you better not listen to this music. It's bad for kids." And
listen, I was sitting at home with my mom, and our first album had just come out and getting ready to go on the road. When the PMRC came out, when they're going through all things, and Tipper Gore, Al Gore's wife, the album she held up on the news was that album, Fuck Like a Beast. That was the album she held up. I went, "Whoa, Mom, come here, like it." And I go, "Man, we're famous now." That's back in '84. Wow.
Is your mom still alive? Is she still around?
No, she passed last year. She passed last June.
Sorry.
About a year ago.
Were you close with your mom?
Oh yeah, totally. She's my mom. If it wasn't for her, W.A.S.P wouldn't have happened. She did a lot of work for it.
She helped at the beginning, the early stages. Is that
when Blackie came to me, I played with him years ago in Sister and got out, but when he got me in the band, we went out to lunch. I didn't know what W.A.S.P was, and he goes, "I'm starting this band. It's not gonna." He told me right to my face. He goes, "Randy Piper was already in it, Tony Richards and Don Costa at the time, but he told me right to my face. He goes, "I got this band going, but it's not going to work. It won't work unless you're in it, Chris." Yeah. I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "It will not work. This W.A.S.P will not work. It needs you in it." So I did not want to play with him then, okay, because I already did in Sister and I wanted to get out of it. I just didn't like the way Sister was ran. It wasn't my bag. I'm a Californian kid, not a New Yorker. Completely different. I love people from New York. They're great. But when you're born in California, you got a way different outlook on life and the way you're going to be with people. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so I go, "So what do I get out of it?" He says, "I promise we'll get a record deal within 9 months." This is before I ever joined the band. I says, "Well, here's the deal. I got to ask my mom if I can live at her house and not pay rent, because you can't work a job and you get off and go to rehearsal after that. It just doesn't work that way. You can't work a 9 to 5 and you get off rehearsal, you go to rehearsal, play, write music, and then do it the next day. It's not gonna work. One's gonna ruin the other." So I went to ask my mom, "Mom, can I live here for free, work on this band?" And I remember her going, "What's the name of the band?" I said, "W.A.S.P." And she goes, "Well, do you think it'll make it?" I go, "If I put 100% into it, yeah." And it was '82. That was, there's Sabbath, Van Halen. My mom she knew Van Halen real well. Mm-hmm. And they made it. And so she let me live there. And she chromed all the stuff we need chromed in there for every day or whatever. So if it wasn't for her, it wouldn't have happened. And I don't care what anybody says, W.A.S.P wouldn't have happened unless I was in the band in the '82. Oh,
absolutely. 100%. I mean,
just not me. It's everybody that was in the road crew. Nobody was Blackie's or Tony's friend or Randy's. Everybody was my friend. All the stuff, the procs that we made were all made at my friend's shop. Everything, it's all done because I got friends there. I live there. I'm a native.
Yeah. Let me ask you last question. Last question here. Sorry to cut you off. Randy Piper, do you still stay in touch with him?
No.
Okay.
I saw him once in LA. I've played with him at Vamps in Vegas, and somebody on Randy's side was hacking into my website, and I didn't like it. Yes, they were hacking into my website since Sarah set up, and
then in fact we wake up a morning and Chris on Sweden on Facebook, on the picture was a picture of Randy.
Yeah, I told Randy at Vamps when he was leaving, we played, I says, Randy, if you mess with my website, I'll break your fucking neck. I'm sick and tired. I'll break your neck. Stop it. I will hurt you. And he's quit. And then before I left for Europe, when I decided to go to Europe, to Finland and play with this band there, Sarah wanted to set up some shows to play with Randy, and I said, no, let's don't do it. It'll turn into a it's just clusterfuck. I just know, because I played with him in Where Angels Suffer, that band. You know who got thrown out of that band? Randy, his own band. You know, and what he got thrown out of W.A.S.P. So I know the way the guy is. I told Sarah, let's don't, and whatever. They were trying to set up shows, and
I tried to set up few shows before we leave, because I wanted to make the fans in California happy before we leave. Well, I paid the price for that, you know, but it's okay. I don't regret his life.
I've toured with Randy, and I played. Him and I playing guitars with each other worked great, just like KK Downing and Glenn Tipton, you know, and Dave Murray and Adrian. And some players go together. Randy and I just happened to figure out a good combination of what we do together, and everybody's got their different, you know, the way they work. The way they are, and Randy, you know, I know Randy very well. I've known this for years, you know. So we don't. If I tried to call him right now, I wouldn't even know how to get a hold of him, you know.
But we wish him the best. You know, we wish him the best, no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. So listen, guys, have yourself a wonderful night, Chris. You know, keep us posted on how you're feeling. You know, it's important. You know, it's health before anything at the end of the day, right? Because if you don't have your health, you just can't do anything.
No,
right?
It's not worse. Yeah, without your health, what use is doing anything?
Hang in there. Listen to your wife, and
sometimes, just sometime, I will be happy.
Once I can eat regular food, I should get my health back. You know?
Yeah. I appreciate it. We'll appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Have yourself a wonderful night. Pick up the DVD, pick up the songs, and feel free to donate to Chris and Cathy. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you too.
And here in France, hey, hang on. Here in France, in 2 minutes, it's my birthday.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
What?
Yeah.
The 23rd is his birthday.
In 2 minutes. In 2 minutes.
Yeah, in France. Okay,
hold on. Let's wait for 2 minutes here.
It's 12 o'clock in France.
Where do I have my sparklers? Need some candles here. Let's just wait here a little bit.
I'll be 64. I was born in 58.
Okay, I got 1 minute. So everybody, this is the countdown. We're gonna wish a happy birthday. Here we go. In what are we at 12 yet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're 12?
I don't have a digital clock.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Chris. Happy birthday to you.
You look like a monkey and you smell like one too. That's right.
So are you going to do anything for your birthday?
I'm too dope sick. I don't.
No, Pascal come. You know, we don't. He can eat, but we're going to be sure. Yeah. And after we leave for Nantes, see our friend Chris Horstman and his wife and Stephen come, and we're going to go to Omaha Beach in Normandy and visit the Mont Saint-Michel.
It's a bucket list of mine. I've been trying to. One of the bucket lists is to go to. I want to go to where our soldiers died on
beach, Normandy. Yes.
And I want to go see the grave sites, and then I want to go to a few pillboxes, and then I want to go to Mount Shishel.
What?
Some place that it's when the tide comes in, it cuts off the whole village. This mountain and the church is out in the water. I wanted to see that. you know, but anyway, I want to go visit Normandy Beach, and it's been a bucket list of mine since I was young.
Absolutely.
And last year, 2 years ago, coming back to France, we were going to see it, but we had to be back home really quick. I was bummed. But we made sure in 2 weeks that we're going to take a trip there.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what? That sounds like a great little trip, a little vacation to get your mind
You
off of
deserve
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe I'll be eaten by then. I don't know.
Have some ice cream and cake. All right.
I can eat, the only thing I can eat is Mr. Freeze's.
Mr. Freeze. They have them in France.
Yeah.
But it's Monsieur Freeze, right?
It's the ice cream pops.
Yeah, I know. You guys have Mr. Freezes there. We have them here. Did you ever have we used to call them mini sips. They were little bags and you put a straw in them and you drink. Did you ever have that in the US?
No.
Like little bags of juice.
No.
Bags of juice, and you put a straw in there and they were called mini sips. It's very bizarre.
They got cardboard box ones.
We're still online.
Yeah, we're still online. Yes.
Now I want to say thank you to everybody. We love you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna let everybody go.
You too,
Yeah, thank you very much. Guys, it's been a pleasure. We will talk soon, okay?